All right, this one's for how to put together the blade sign for Bennion Deville. Um, it's going to be kind of big, but it's kind of our usual. You'll have your notched top and bottom. You'll go ahead and fold this up here. That'll be your seam, so you can weld that. You have a side A and a side B. So the jig will be side A is over here, side B is on this side. Um, and you'll go ahead and just put it together that way. Put the seam, weld it together. Both sides will face forward, so both A's will be on this side, both B's will be on this side. You go ahead and put these guys in, so you'll have the green parts are jig. You go ahead and click those on and just weld these bars in, and those will give you holes in order to put the legs through. So you go ahead and you have the top piece here, tack it all along there. Put this bottom piece in there, tack it all along there. I encourage you to put the riv nuts in first. You're going to have 3/8 riv nuts right here. That's the bottom piece. Your bottom top piece will be bigger. So once you have all of this welded together, put the outer perimeter on, weld that, weld all these. Then go ahead and slide your tubes in your legs. That'll be 1.5 round. If you don't have it, go ahead and order it up. But I think that should be on the top rack there. So that's your distance there, your cut to length, and then you'll have 2 little 1/4-inch feet that you'll slide down. It'll be nested in 1/16. Go ahead and burn that all the way around. There will not be a nut on top. So you're just going to slide the all thread through. I'm going to order that up. It's going to be 4-foot all thread. We're going to put it all the way through. So before you put the face on, so get everything welded together, slide the tubes in. You're going to go ahead and burn the tube here, and you're going to burn the tube there. And then you're going to make sure that the tube butts up against the bottom here. So that way the riv nut is going up into the tube there. So once you have that, go ahead and slide your all thread through, and then go ahead and counter tighten a aluminum nut onto this, and make sure it's nice and counter tightened so this won't twist. And then go ahead and burn, go ahead and tack this guy to the bar, so that way this will never back out. So that way this will always stay tight. You're never going to have access again, so make sure it's all done up right, make sure it's tested well, and then you're going to go ahead and lords on the faces. So the faces will just go on there, and that'll all be permanent inside. So make sure you have this all lordsed up good. It'll touch along here, so that'll be lordsed. Just make sure you just get it on there good. So once that's all done, it was decided that we are going to use 3/8 and 3/8. So you will have 3/8 cut out letters, and these are number 10s. So the number 10s are clearance from the back. So I ordered up those. Actually, yeah, those should have already gotten there. I think you received those screws already. Anyway, so that's for these guys. The heads will be countersunk to the back, so you'll go ahead and assemble that. Once it's assembled, then you will use the studs around the perimeter to go ahead and silicone and double stick tape on that finished product, and you can use these holes for alignment. That way you know it's all nice and square and straight. So right, so the 3/8 acrylic backer will get painted the green. These letters will get painted. You can assemble it from the back, and then once that's all assembled, put in the studs, and then you'll be able to attach the faces to the blade sign. These were disregarded. Disregard these things. Those were decided to not be used, so it's just going to be the legs. But otherwise, it should be fairly straightforward. Before, we didn't know. They weren't quite sure how they wanted to go, so ignore all that. That was for a Gerber mask. So anyway, pretty straightforward. Again, if you have any questions, hit me up.